Okay, today we will be reviewing the Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 1, which we saw in theaters together with a female. We were one of five, or three of five people in the theater.
And it was the four of the people were dudes.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Yeah. So, Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 1.
Yeah.
About Bella and Paleface.
Edward.
They get married, and they...
Were you going to say they get it on?
Well, I was about to say it.
Okay.
They get it on.
Yeah.
And she gets a baby. A little vampire human.
I don't really know, because I never read the books. Yeah,
I didn't read it either.
It was a weird movie. I'll say that.
Yeah. It felt like Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 1, where nothing really happened. Although that was a good film.
Well, the problem with this movie was that everything sucked.
That was a great problem.
So, the soundtrack was probably the most horrific thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. They had the occasional...
song. In the first scene, basically, when Bella's in her house waiting for Edward to come, rescue her, come talk to her, whatever.
Yeah.
The song that they're playing is supposed to be like a kind of happy, kind of sad moment, because they're getting married, they're both worried, blah, blah, blah. And the music they were playing was the most awful, just like little, what was it, like a pan flute? Just like, it was just so bad. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
I actually had to look over and say that was the worst song that I've ever heard in a movie. And it was.
Yeah. Oh, we forgot to say who was directed.
Oh, sorry.
Directed by Bill Condon. Or Condon, or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care anymore.
No. Melissa Rosenberg, too.
No, she wrote that.
Oh, yeah, writer.
Yeah, so Melissa Rosenberg
has
written such other great films as Twilight, New Moon, Twilight, Eclipse,
there you go.
and Part 1 and 2. So she's a fantastic writer.
I'm sorry, but this is the problem. This book that they based, this movie on doesn't seem like there's just enough stuff in it to divide into two parts. It seemed like they just wanted to be
It's clearly
like
a money grab because it feels so long, this movie.
Yeah, because nothing happens.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so she gives birth.
She gets married and she gives birth.
And she becomes a vampire. Oh, spoiler alert. Okay. So, but that's honestly, the only stuff that happens. And it's awful. And it's like in New Moon, nothing really happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
And less happened in this movie.
Really?
Yes.
I would much rather watch this one than New Moon, personally.
I would rather watch New Moon because there's a cool soundtrack.
Okay. Yeah, it was a good soundtrack. I laughed a lot more at its awfulness.
I don't know. We laughed at this one.
We laughed at this one a lot.
Quite a lot.
There's quite a few jokes made in the theater. It just felt wrong. That's all I had to say.
The
it's
whole
just
time.
like there's such great steps forward in cinema these days, and this is just like shooting it all the way back.
Yeah.
For a movie that written by a female, books are written by a female, the screenplay's written by a female. It just feels like they just hate women.
Yeah.
There's just so much disrespect for them.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, everything that Bella does is basically against any kind of, feminist belief or anything. Because she just, submits to Edward's every demand, of course. And
she
cries
likes
all the
it
time.
when he bruises her.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
And then they have the scene, of course, at, their wedding where Jacob shows up and she starts crying. Are you okay with this? Like, you just got married.
I know.
What are you doing dancing with your other lover at your own wedding?
Yeah, that was pretty awful.
Yeah, it was just... And then, of course, Jacob separates from his wolf pack.
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposed to be sad?
Yeah, that was a scene that I felt was just awful.
The wolves
talking to each other.
Oh, I agree.
It was so bad.
For some reason, they felt the need to actually have the wolves talking to each other instead of in person form. So they could intimidate each other, I guess?
Yeah. There was no need for that.
No.
And it just made the scene way worse than it should have been.
Yeah. I mean, it was bad anyway. The writing wasn't good. But then what they were saying...
The acting was terrible, too.
Yeah.
Like, just across the board. They have yet
awful.
to find, like, a good actor
No.
in these movies.
Like, Bella the whole time still does that stupid thing where she can't look people in the eye.
Yeah.
I hate that. She'll just look down and say stuff. What if we did all our reviews like this?
I feel like people would like us better.
Yeah, we'd probably be famous by now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should try it.
Yeah.
No, dude, that's so annoying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I couldn't, be connected with any of the characters. All the vampires are just weird.
Mm-hmm.
And wasn't Rosalie like a bad guy in the last movie? Like, nobody likes Rosalie.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Bella and Rosalie are like best buddies.
Well, now, yeah. They didn't. They're just like, oh, yeah, now they're good friends.
Well, then Rosalie tried to eat the baby.
Yeah.
So that was weird.
I was going to laugh.
Yeah, what?
So
Okay,
hard.
during the birth scene, Edward's like biting her, like on the stomach and stuff. He has blood all over his face.
Oh, yeah, he like goes in head first to get the baby.
Yeah, it was
It's like,
weird.
use your hands, bro.
Do something different.
Yeah. Be a normal person.
Yeah.
Not eat your way to the baby.
That was weird. I just didn't like this movie at all. I don't see how anybody could.
Yeah. It was interesting that the two other people in the theater were guys.
Yeah.
Clearly trying to hide.
Yeah.
Because it was during the middle of the day. Nobody looked in the theater.
And one guy sat in the very front, which nobody ever sits at unless it's full.
Yeah.
And one of the guys sat in the very back corner.
Yeah.
Just,
So just... I guess guys can like this movie. That's new to me. I guess people can like this movie.
That's new to me. But overall, I'd say this movie was terrible, and don't go see it.
Mm-hmm. I would much rather see this than The Sitter, though.
Wow.
Yeah, I would much rather rewatch... If I had to rewatch either of these two movies, it would be freaking Dawn Part 1.
Over The Sitter.
Over
Because
The
The
Sitter.
Sitter was very, very, very bad.
Because The Sitter was like... It wasn't even funny bad. Like,
Yeah, it was
bad
just
funny.
bad, yeah.
It was just bad. And this was like hilarious for how terrible
Yeah.
it was. Because
Yeah.
it was so funny to laugh at.
The one thing that I can say is that the coolest part is when the giant wolves fight the super powerful vampires. That's so... I mean, that can be cool. Like,
And
when they
even
actually fight.
that, I felt like it was just terribly shot.
Yeah, this
He's
one.
just- yeah, this, especially the fight scenes. He just did not... This Bill Condom guy did not know how to shoot a fight or an action scene at all, because it was just like all over the place, the camera, and he's just like trying to do the shaky cam.
Yeah.
And like way up and close, and you don't know which wolf is which. And
Yeah, because the wolves are fighting the wolves
Yeah.
now, so that's confusing.
yeah. So.
Oh, God. That was fun.
Yeah.
It was good to get that out of my
Yeah.
system.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go right into it. I'll give it a 1.
You know one?
It's better than The Sitter. I gave The Sitter a 0.8, so I'll give this a 1.
I'll give it a 0.7.
That's better than what you gave. It's considerably better, actually, than what you gave The Sitter.
Give it a 0.2.
Yeah. Well, I mean, don't go see it. Unless you have to see it, because you read the books and you feel obligated to see it, which I understand.
You're getting extra special points with your girlfriend or something like that.
Exactly. This is the problem. We saw it to do a review. It's not a good enough reason. Oh, man. We should have gone in the midnight premiere and taken the vuvuzelas.
You mean like this?
Oh, wow. You have a vuvuzela. Yes, we should have done it. We should have done it anyway.
Yeah.
But, so that's it.
Yeah, that's
Don't go see it.
Thanks for watching Cinema Daily. We promise not to review too many awful movies.
But it's kind of fun.
But it is enjoyable.
And that way you can see what happens and then don't have to actually go watch it.
Yeah, because
You
we
just watch
generally
our
spoil
videos.
terrible movies. Just in the review.
Yeah, it just happens.
So thank you for watching. Tomorrow we will be reviewing The Muppets.
Yeah.
So look forward to that review. So thanks for watching, guys, and have yourselves a wonderful day. Welcome to Cinema Daily.
Did you click it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, sorry.
Jesus. Welcome to Cinema Daily.
That was my fault, sorry
Oh
about
my god.
Just go.
Today we will be reviewing. Okay, no.
Okay. My face is red now. is obviously not going to be a good review.
No.
Okay, so today...
I got this, bro.
But if you do it, I just laugh. All right,
Okay.
go for it.
Welcome to Cinema Daily. Today we will review...
Oh, what did you even just say?
I was like a stutter. Oh, God.